Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the TB&J podcast. We are wrapping up Obi-Wan Kenobi. With me today, as always, Troy Brittingham.
And across from me is Jeff Ackerman.
And Dee's here, finally. Only took fucking 6 episodes. But he's finally here to wrap up Obi-Wan Kenobi. Let's fucking go, boys.
TB&J! TB&J!
Wow, that's the quietest we've been during the intro in months.
I know. I was quite pleasantly surprised.
You gotta, build the standard every now and again to break it.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So, I want to start off with D. Thumbs up, thumbs down.
For the series, for the episode, for what?
Let's go episode around. Let's go round robin episode, and then we'll come back to you for the series because we didn't get you for the last 5 episodes. So, episode first.
It is a thumbs. I don't know, down.
Really?
Let's go with that. Let's just
Troy.
I'm gonna go thumbs up for the episode. It's not my favorite of all the episodes, but I like it.
Okay, that's thumbs up. My dick was hard the whole time. D, how do you feel about the series as a whole?
Yeah, I have to go. We're thumbs up, thumbs down. So there's no middle ground here. I'd love to just give this the ultimate blah. Like I want to give everything on Disney Plus, but it's
honestly, yeah. It's
just. I like laser swords, and they've really leaned into in this era of Star Wars. The one J.J. Abrams major holdover is using the lightsaber light as like the only light in the shot, and it just
do you not dig that?
Oh, it's beautiful.
I love it.
It has an amazing effect, but like it's really cool.
Oh,
laser swords are fucking cool,
guys.
There's no doubt about that. But I just don't care about any of that.
I want to interrupt this to point out Obi-Wan Kenobi on IMDb is sitting at about a 7.2 out of 10 rating, whereas Hawkeye is sitting at a 7.6. People think Hawkeye was better than Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Interesting.
Well, I mean, I don't know, man.
People are wrong every day, I guess.
I'll say this: I liked the.
I'm not saying it's flawless.
I liked what they were going for with this series. Just finding a way to get him to a point where he can reasonably and lovingly say hello there.
Also, he and Hayden Christensen needed the rematch of "I will do what I must," and then you will die.
Well, you'll have to elaborate on that in a moment. But the thing that I liked in the narrative is just the ending. Obviously, how it just it's a pretty cool shot. You get this breakdown of his face and the half.
Yeah,
what they did with the voice.
Which I'm gonna tell Troy. I called that as Troy and I were watching the show. We had a bet going, and he was like, "No way," and I was like, "Dude,
I didn't say no way." I mostly took the bet just to be the opposition, and
sure.
The closer they got to it, the more I was worried.
Yep, because they did it in Rebels, and it was like everyone's favorite scene, where the helmet's broken.
So they recreated this from Rebels. Right. Okay,
yeah. I believe Ahsoka did that, right?
Yeah, it was Ahsoka.
So but I mean, them rewriting not rewriting, but like I guess filling in how you get from Revenge of the Sith to New Hope, where he's like he calls him Darth. And I think that's the nicest touch is just like when he says goodbye, Darth.
Yeah,
and
because Anakin is truly dead,
and
so he
thinks. and he and it's forgiveness for him, and it's a nice take to it, and I didn't understand, like it's just the same things where I'm like, okay, that's cool, but like I'm at an age where I'm like, I can't just accept that you bury him alive, maybe, like you can't expect him to be dead type of thing. Like I'm just and the whole fucking Vera, what's her name?
Vera, yeah, the Inquisitor. Reva, excuse me.
Reva is just dumb. Like I'm literally like, you don't even know what you're doing. Like, what are you doing? Like, what is your motive here to go get? So, the series was just, again, it's more Star Wars stuff. It's cool. It's a laser sword. Shoot him like that, you're always going to win. Like, I mean, just
right. This might be my favorite shot lightsaber duel. It's very pretty to look at. As far as like emotionally invested, no fucking way. But
I like the one last episode more still, I think.
Where they were on the desert?
Yeah.
Yeah, that one was well lit.
If I do want to say that, like, I guess in that ending, like in some of this, I'm glad that it kind of exists in the canon to be like in there, but it's just, I just wish things mattered more. Like, and it's hard with all the content. And
I get that. It's also hard when you go back into these characters that we've seen the rest of their lives play out, and you're trying to make some content in the middle bit, and it's like, well, the bit where Reva was hunting down Luke Skywalker as a kid, that didn't carry anything for me because I know Luke Skywalker lives, and
even Beru and Owen, don't die at that point.
Exactly. So it's like the stakes weren't really there. Everyone had layers of plot armor except Reva because she was the first original character in that scene. So like, I see what they were trying to do. And for people that didn't watch the original trilogy, if there are still people alive that haven't,
even if you didn't, I feel like you'd know that Luke Skywalker isn't dead in the show.
Right. I feel like people that have watched this show, even if they haven't seen the movies, like my fiance, she hasn't seen some of them, but like, she knows Luke Skywalker is around in Mando, and that's clearly decades after this. Like, come on now. You can't try to make me feel scared for the little boy when I know that he grows up to rebuild the Order and then fail again. Like, come on now.
But what if, he gets, like, traumatized? And in some way that we didn't know, and then it explains his motives differently.
Possibly, but like, I don't think he suffers any ill effects from this. I mean, the only thing that I can... Emotional damage! You just wanted to pull out the emotional damage drop. The only thing I could maybe glean from this is that when Luke does rebuild the Order post-6, he restructures the way that Jedi are allowed to have relationships. And there's like maybe a glint of that when Owen and Obi-Wan agree that Luke should be a boy and not just get trained the same way as all the other Jedi in the world that have ever existed.
They didn't make him transition.
No.
He should be a
Jesus
boy.
Christ.
He should just be a boy.
Just be a boy. Yeah. Don't make him be a Jedi.
All right.
Let him make that decision for himself when he's old enough and hits puberty.
Well, it's debatable.
But not too late or he won't be able to swim. Anyway.
Yeah.
Talk about damage. But no, this series was a lot of pretty scenes and shots, and if you put Vader, especially Hayden Christensen, under the helmet in a scene, being all mad and ripping shit up with the Force and having the lightsaber out, you're gonna have some cool stuff to look at. But it didn't feel like I was emotionally invested in what was going on at all. It was just Vader hunting down Kenobi, and like, I guess that's cool and all.
I don't know.
I would say that
cool
I was
looking. That's
sometimes. I feel like this episode maybe a little bit less. Like, I liked the last one. I think mostly I liked all the people from the Path a lot.
Yeah, I loved all the original characters. And don't get me wrong, seeing Ewan McGregor, my favorite actor to play Kenobi, I'm sorry, I prefer him over Guinness. Fucking at me, bros. I really do prefer Ewan. And seeing him in the robes again, the lightsaber, that's always going to get me. Always going to get me. But, like, he wasn't really the Obi-Wan we know and love until the last episode and a half. Like, until, like, 5.5 episodes in.
Can they just, like, replace, what's his face from the first movie? With Alec Guinness. Can they just, like, CGI him?
Kenobi?
What's the problem now? Like, just do it. He has how many scenes?
So...
they already did it with the Force Ghost, so, like...
I don't think that would be...
Fuck it. Hello there. It's gotta be like, just have him in there.
I don't think that would go over very well.
Fuck it though. That's Star Wars to a nut. That's Star Wars to a T. Come on.
Oh, you don't like this? Oh, you don't like this?
We're doing it.
I feel like that's Disney at all times, like trying to Jedi mind trick us. You love this, right? It's like, no, we don't. You love this, right? It's like, No.
See, I think that they
we
do
made
that.
a whole universe of this at our park. Don't
Yeah.
you want to come in?
I feel like
yes.
yes, I do want to go on the Millennium Falcon,
So-
but also
I wanted to point this out. So I follow Jenny Nicholson on Twitter. She's a huge Star Wars fan. She's gone to the parks. She's seen every movie. Like Ryan Johnson invited her out to see Last Jedi early. Whatever. So she put out a poll on her Twitter. Did you go to the parks or not? And then after that, did you enjoy Kenobi or not? And the people who really enjoyed Kenobi also really enjoyed the parks and went to the parks. The people who didn't enjoy Kenobi massively have not been to Galaxy's Edge or never went at all.
Well, I think that that's a big thing because I have not been to the Star Wars park. The last time I went to Disney was like right before it opened, unfortunately.
I have not been to Disney in my living memory, so...
whatchamacallit, I think that a lot of people who like Kenobi and a lot of people who like really a lot of the Star Wars series on Disney Plus and everything like that are people who just kind of want to live in a little bit more Star Wars from time to time.
Sure.
Which to be fair is me, and I also really like this show. It does have problems like chase scenes and shit like that, but like
I'm willing to give the chase scenes a little bit of leeway. We've discussed this without D present, but those chase scenes were filmed with a literal 9-year-old.
yeah.
So there's not a whole lot you can do to make her be on top unless you do some crazy Benny Hill style editing.
Right.
That doesn't sound right.
No, but it's I think it's just there's a lot of is more Star Wars enough to sell you, and for a lot of people it's not.
But Troy, this has always been my argument against the Marvel Universe.
Sure.
And you've always been pro this idea. Make a million things, and if they're not for you, just don't watch them.
Yeah.
And just pick and choose what you do want to watch.
Sorta
Even if they're
kinda.
all connected in a massive universe. Boo! I love that drop.
I sort of kind of still stand to this. Bad Batch is the only on-screen Star Wars I haven't finished watching yet, and I will before the second season comes.
And I believe the only one that you've outright hated is like the Resistance show.
I don't like Resistance. I don't like...
Not counting any of the sequel stuff. Just keep that separate.
I don't really like Attack of the Clones, and I don't really like Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah, well, nobody likes Rise of Skywalker, but I see your point. Yeah, it's strange. It's really strange. Star Wars is in this really weird universe that it's created on its own by just with the retouches and then the prequels that were received lukewarm at best. Like it's
no pun intended.
it's just. They've invented this universe where anything that comes out is immediately scrutinized, regardless of what it is.
Oh yeah,
And like it's been said a million times, nobody hates Star Wars more than the diehard Star Wars fans.
and there's plenty of stuff in this series specifically that you can make fun of.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Like, fucking, one of my biggest things with this episode specifically was Obi-Wan draws Vader away from the path by getting into a little escape pod and flying away towards a planet and luring Vader there. And then after the duel, he gets in that same escape pod and just hyper jumps away to fucking Tatooine in like the blink of an eye. It's like they're doing some serious like season 7 Game of Thrones teleport shit.
They play fast and loose with everything that has hyperdrive in all of Star Wars. I was watching episodes of Rebels again, and there's like A-wings that have that. Like it.
But like the biggest problem with that ship that was trying to escape was that their hyperdrive was broken.
Mm-hmm.
You have an escape pod with a functioning hyperdrive. Just fucking gut that.
This is the thing with Star Wars. You guys talking about the hyperdrives and what has them and it would be the equivalent. And you don't hear me talking about the physics of Transformers, right? But it would be the equivalent of that because there isn't that much thought put into it. Like, as we saw, like, the thing that feels empty about this is that, like, this is absolutely beautiful cinematography. It's beautiful. Like, the swords are always just going to be, they've just made more innovative ways. They've gotten better and better looking. It's the bread and butter of this. Mm-hmm. They had to even put one into Mandalorian because it's just such, why the fuck not? Like, it's so
Star Wars. You got to have a lightsaber.
So it's just this beautiful imagery, and it is just good versus evil, right? The the dark side and the for it's just the two sides of the thing. So it's always just fantasy, an empty fantasy. Really, it's they touch on some broad themes. Like here, it's just like about revenge and consuming you and forgiveness and forgiving yourself. Like okay, big broad themes and just characters that are there to serve their purpose, and it's fine. And it's great stuff for like a kid to watch. I think like if you're watching this and you watch like if this is your introduction to Star Wars, but I don't know what audience is doing that because I know like
know that your kid doesn't really give a shit. Yeah,
but like he doesn't. Star Wars is just nonsense. Like it's just whatever. Like maybe if there's Mandalorian, maybe catch up on. And I think like most of the time, honestly, where we would watch that was like on the way to like practice. Like we had like a half-hour ride, and we would like throw it on my phone, and he would like watch the episode that I'd already seen usually. And just like it's on, but he's usually playing a game while he watches it. Like he doesn't give a crap. Like
it's background noise.
It's background noise. Like he's not invested in these characters in any kind of way. Where like when I was a kid, I was like, I want the toys. Like I want these, and these have to be toy-driven things, right? Like aren't these still toy-driven franchises? Like
I don't know about this one specifically.
Yeah.
I mean, in general.
They have three different Lego sets that came out this year that are just about the Obi-Wan Kenobi show.
Sure.
And I'm just like, and I know that like, myself included, like adults are toy collectors, but like, that's not what I think is driving the kind of toys sales that we're talking about. We're talking about like merchandising toys, like just merchandising. Like
I mean, it could be like Obi-Wan Kenobi has slipped 6 points to make a reference. Like fucking, you put Obi-Wan Kenobi on screen, and then it's like, oh, now kids want to buy the Obi-Wan lightsaber.
They're just building your universe. I mean, like I don't know if they're doing something with Ice Cube's kid, O'Shea Jackson's Roken character. I don't know if they're going to do like a Rebel Alliance show where they. Is this
Path.
a thing?
It's uncertain. I mean, they've flirted with the idea of making an Obi-Wan season 2. Nothing is concrete yet, but Ewan McGregor and Hayden Christensen both said they're super on board. Deborah Chow has said if Disney gives her the green light, she'd absolutely direct it. But like,
why
do you want a season 2? That's my problem with Star Wars nowadays.
You're just gonna run it into like that. Just seems weird, and you're just gonna run it into the ground.
It seems to me this could have been a really awesome 90, 100-minute feature. Instead, we got a 6-episode series, and it felt like...
It was supposed to be. It was supposed to be one of the Star Wars stories originally.
It was, but here's the thing. Television is slowly taking over, and now instead of just getting our feature film, they want to sell us a 2-month-long series.
It's so middling. It's so middling.
Exactly.
Like, how... And this is where you know the difference. Is this like... The Boys... What are we... 5, 6. This is going to be episode.
Herogasm this week is 6. Yeah,
it's 6. So we're going to be 6 episodes. We're 5 episodes in, and there's 5 bangers.
Mm-hmm.
Like more or less, maybe there's one middling episode in that bunch.
I don't even think there is.
But it's just like no. Every single thing is post. They're going to be done in 2 weeks. It's going to be 8 and out, and. Like
Jesus Christ,
you're right. It'd been worth all the time. It'd have been worth all of the.
Speaking of, please listen to our coverage of The Boys on Amazon Prime.
Like, and that is but I'm like, I've watched Hawkeye and all these shows. Make me feel like the only ones that were truly, I mean, obviously, Winter Soldier like stuff like that was in the end kind of relevant. I guess because you have a new Captain America at the end of it,
right?
But
yeah.
It didn't totally feel that way. But in terms of evolution, Loki seemed to matter. I assume we will see some ramifications of that.
WandaVision definitely mattered.
WandaVision is the only one I would argue was better as a series than it would have been as a feature film.
Sure, I can see that.
That's the only one I will argue that. I think every other of these Disney Plus series and even other like series that are coming out, they could be films, and you would still have everything we needed, and you might even make it better.
I don't know if I agree with Loki, but that's the other one that we said was a
good one. Like Loki is the last good series I remember watching from Disney. Everything else seems like it could have been a movie, but they chose to drag it out and make me pay for 2 months of Disney Plus instead of just letting me go to the movies once. Like, and that's the thing. They want to just drag out these subscriptions. They want me to keep paying my $8 a month for the rest of my life,
and that's fine. That's fine. They can still do that by making better content. Like it doesn't. Mm-hmm. It does. Just what does that have to do with anything? They're not trying to put out. I feel like something bad. Like this is my thing. It's like I don't think they're middling. Now we could say that they're trying to drag out storylines, right?
Yeah,
and it's like, okay. Or not, or why would they drag out a storyline? Why not just say?
Technically, they could have had. They have the power to technically be like, Obi-Wan is 3 episodes.
Yeah, they could, but like.
But so what? So if you know it's going to be 6 episodes, right? Or if they're telling you we want 6 episodes, then write a 6-episode story that has 6 fucking great.
Yeah.
Or whatever. Like I think this is more of an issue of what I was saying is just like we know these characters, we know how the storyline's supposed to go. You're not prequels are a problem in that sense. Like you can tell a compelling narrative, but you're not gonna. There's no oh shit factor. When we literally are debating like who's gonna die, what's gonna happen, how's this gonna play out, and I just prefer a show that has some stakes. And
this didn't have that.
Mandalorian has that sometimes. Like I know we've liked episodes, like pretty.
Well, Mandalorian has that because they introduced brand new characters.
Yeah,
they're not in any of the other movies or content, as far as I know. Maybe they're in like a book somewhere. But like those guys, we don't know what happens to them post 6, pre-7.
Also, like characters like Ahsoka who were in other stuff. Like that's the last time canonically she's shown up so far. Like she'll have a series, so she obviously doesn't die in Mandalorian. But like she technically could have died there.
She could.
She wouldn't have because
the Ahsoka
it was a
series
woman with a spear. But
the Ahsoka series could bridge Clone Wars to Mando, for all we know.
No, the Ahsoka series I believe is after Mando.
Okay,
I think it's most. I think technically people were already calling it Rebels season 5 because a bunch of the characters from Rebels are coming in.
Yeah, I know Sabine Wren is going to be in it.
I think that there may have been leaked stuff that like all of them are in
from the Knights of Ren.
No, her WREN. She's
Mandalorian.
Troy could tell you better than I could.
Ren?
Yep, Mandalorian. Ren. Whatever it is.
Mandalorian.
You get the joke. Connect it in your head.
Yeah, there you go.
Got it.
She was the original possessor of the Darksaber before.
She was one of them.
One of them.
Oh.
Yeah, she's
she's
also a demolitions expert.
She has it right before Bo-Katan, and then hands it to Bo-Katan, and then she goes, "All right, I'm gonna go rule Mandalore now," and fucks up immediately.
Yeah, Bo-Katan's not great. Anyway,
good character, real fucking bad at her job.
I think so. Back to Obi-Wan to keep it on track a little bit because I don't want this to be a crazy long episode because there isn't a whole lot to talk about.
Leia was cool. I liked.
The internet's very divided on Leia. I enjoyed her.
She was a good child actress. It's always good child actress when I don't care about their acting. Like where I'm just like, okay, cool. There's like a.
There's a kid.
There's a kid. It's a kid character, and they're doing this. I don't like Leia makes sense being precocious, so it doesn't. I'm not bothered by like them being like overly wordy and like smarter like beyond the.
She's also a senator's daughter. Like she's going to be smarter than the average 9-year-old.
Right. So I think that
I should clarify. In the show, she's 10, but the real life girl is 9.
It was when she floated and flew that while. That was
when
weird.
he's trying to pick her up.
Yeah, he was like, and she just flew around and back in the spaceship.
That was my thing, and it stopped a little bit. It kind of came into 4 a little, but my whole thing is, I was talking about how there's just people who want like really good stories, and then there's people who kind of want more Star Wars, and I'm kind of in the middle of that. I'm not gonna lie, saying that I lean a little bit towards
I would
like,
really like
Star
both,
Wars.
but I'll watch anything lightsabers.
I don't understand why they can't just do a family I guess because they want to keep it connected. Like they don't want to like deny people characters of the like, and you can't have the brand be different things. But like, I just want to see like Wookiees rip people's arms off, and like I want to see some dark shit in the Star Wars universe. I want to see like a gritty, like down to earth. Like
And
I want them to like talk about how they like all. This is the thing, is like, you know what's cool now? Like world building and like explaining, like what was one of the great things about Game of Thrones was always this like, so there's like the Iron Bank and like they fucking run it, like really that's where all the and there's like how does the currency run and like all the nitty gritty of like how the mechanics of this world work and how you have to like I mean what is it Red Dead Redemption is like exactly that type of shit where you're just lit like well now I have to do this and you want like the
oh my god Troy
the journey.
D just made a video game reference unprovoked.
Yeah, no, I am trying to relate to you youngins.
Oh my! Well, now your kid has an Xbox Series S. You can play Red Dead too.
People also can't see this, but you are sitting in your chair backwards,
hey.
That
unconventionally.
is true.
To appeal to the kids.
All you need is a sideways flat cap, and you'll be good to go.
My name's Poochie.
So you mentioned you want to see gritty Wookiees just murdering people and stuff like that. I do too, and I think that a problem with Obi-Wan was that Disney kept turning down the script for being too dark. It went through 2 different rewrites before they settled on the third one. So, like, maybe the original one was the awesome show we wanted, and we just won't ever see that because it won't see the light of day.
Yeah.
And that's where I think Disney needs to loosen their, like, panties a little bit and let us have some M-rated or R-rated Star Wars content because that's what the fans really fucking want.
I don't even feel
You
like...
want to appease to the guys who grew up with the prequels, give them, like, a real dark R-rated Star Wars film where somebody gets cut in half and you see the actual massacre of it.
See, I don't need that. I just need... I think I'm cool with more Star Wars that isn't completely based around super established characters.
That too. Give me some new people. Everyone says it's a risky move, but like every time they've done something with an original character, look at Starkiller in Force Unleashed. Look at Cal Kestis in Jedi Fallen Order. Look at the fucking dudes from Jedi Academy and Jedi Knight Outcast.
One of the best things about Rebels is it's like Rebels is like a kid show, but it's all like new characters, like they run into old characters, like
Ezra Bridger. Like there's some really fucking great characters
but those
that have come out of nowhere.
Those are characters that you don't know where they fall by the time, and you see a couple of them with lightsabers, and you're like, well, this is before New Hope. I don't know if they're all going to make it to New Hope,
and that's awesome.
I think we're just talking about different types of fantasy genres. I mean, like, you want the Star Wars levels of maturity, you want to be able to have like a family one and this one, but it's just not going to happen. They'll give you bits and pieces. They'll give you, excuse me, they'll give you some good moments. I think, but it's going to be so much. It just has to be so much content, and just people are just telling their own stories, and it's like it's not interweaved or connected. It's not like there's Kevin. I mean, I guess who's their Kevin Feige
right now? I guess it's Jon Favreau.
Is it then? Because I don't really think that's the
for what, like for Star Wars.
For Star Wars, like I think like you don't really have. You have like, okay, we're gonna do Kenobi and we're gonna do this and we're gonna do that, and it's like
they definitely don't have that for Star Wars.
They don't need that interconnected element to it, right? And I
think they need that.
I do think that like the big state, like Marvel's really, I don't know. I enjoyed the last couple of big movies like the Spider-Man and Multiverse, but I'm a little like nonplussed on it. Like just a little. It's all
and Eternals, right?
Yeah, oh my gosh, but. And that's where I'm like, and then all those Disney Plus shows it's just a bit. There's so much of it, and nothing's happening. Where's the intrigue? Where's the buildup? Like, what is all like? It's been a long time. When are we building towards?
I believe Endgame came out when I was in high school.
No, it didn't.
No.
There's no way.
No, but I wasn't too far out of high school.
Sure.
I think I was like 18, 19.
It was like 2019, man. No. Yeah. 2018.
Yeah, I think it was 2018, actually.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, 19. I'm sorry.
It just feels like every year after.
It feels
after
like
high
it was
school,
forever ago.
Every year after high school feels like the year after high school.
Nah.
Anywho, I just like this is where I'm saying is like what cool. There was lightsaber battles. There was Leia. There was the thing we talked about at the end fight, but and Reva, and it's like yeah, okay.
Mm-hmm.
To be fair, I feel that about this episode specifically. I did like other stuff from the series. Like I said, the people from like the Path and stuff like that. I really liked. There's not like a ton.
Was it Wade?
It was Roken.
Wade.
Oh, Wade is the guy who dies in the.
Damn it, Wade.
Yeah, I do love Wade. Wade is
Wade.
Yeah,
I mean,
how
I
can
can't
how
believe.
can you say anything?
I mean,
how can you
like
say anything
obviously
bad
there's
about
just
the
really
series
big
with Wade?
stakes. I mean, we lost Wade. I mean, it's still fresh.
Take your time. Take your time.
It's fresh.
Hey,
It's like it's true. It does make you feel like it's fucking Wade.
Hey,
Who the fuck
hey,
is Wade?
Hey, D. I'm right behind you.
I know it's scary.
But yeah,
fucking Wade.
Yeah, Wade not
gone
included.
but not forgotten, guys.
Who? Wade not included in my statement, but like the rest of them I really liked. I really liked the loader droid. I really liked Tala.
No,
not about it.
Nothing. None of those things were cool.
All right,
None of
fuck
those
me, I
things-
guess not.
I like that. I like that they gave like warnings before all these things. Like it was like traumatic, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like they see more dramatic shit, like preparing for shit at school. Like,
well,
Yeah, it's whatever.
the laser sword show is gonna really make him traumatic. Like,
I think that's all we really have to say for Obi-Wan. I really hope that Disney appoints somebody to get Star Wars under control and give it some sort of roadmap of like what they're going to do and how it's going to work. Because, I mean, they invented that mindset with Marvel and they haven't applied it to anything else they own. That seems really odd. Unless, like, they don't want to tempt trying to catch lightning in a bottle twice, but, like, you're fucking Disney. If anyone can do it, it's you.
I think they're at a point where they are just going, and their ultimate plan is just, it's not a story, it's a product. It's just
They're
hey, if we can work it into the continuity, cool. Otherwise, it's
It's like what were they, like the GoBots or whatever, who just they invented to sell toys?
the GoBots are a whole other thing. Like, yeah, they were all invented to sell toys. What are you talking about?
No, but like
Ninja Turtles.
Star Wars is just this vehicle to sell toys now. They're taking a page out of like the 80s and 90s.
It always was.
Yeah.
I know, but they pretended that it was deeper than that for a while.
No, they didn't.
Yeah, they did.
Well, yeah. I mean, I can't argue with the fact that like when people talked about the prequels coming out, and I remember, I mean, there's a lot of dead time there where there was nothing Star Wars, right? Like, so like you're.
What about the Ewok Adventures?
The prequels come all the way out till 2005, right? So that's
99 to 05.
So 05, right? So like I would say around 05 and that era when that's coming to a close. You have a lot of people talking about how when dads have sons, they'll bond over Star Wars rather than baseball.
Yeah,
was like a common like phrasing I heard, or like things that like you would hear that kind of
Fun fact, you can watch all of Star Wars, all 9 of them, in the time it takes to watch one baseball game.
Ooh.
That's not true at all.
Depends on the baseball game.
It depends on the game.
It depends on if you
But
paid
definitely a game of cricket,
That's right.
which lasts days.
It does.
Just
So-
put Star Wars at 10 times speed.
So yeah, so like,
all right, I got you, it's all right.
and so I guess there was this kind of like, era where that was the pull of it was like, oh, it's this thing, it's once, but like I think that was in an era of movies where it's like everything's once in a lifetime, like go see it again, like those are the only times you can go see it in the theater and do this, like, you know, go see it 10 times with your kid, like, and that was the push. Now it's just like stay the fuck home, stay watching all this shit, it doesn't matter. That's not the push. It's just there is a new show, you have to watch it, right? Like it's either one of the central characters that we're bringing back, and their story's not over. You haven't seen their whole story yet, or it's like the new thing. And
right,
I'm like, fine, I guess that's what they're doing. But like they'll continue to do that forever. Like they'll be like, you know, Yaddle, Yaddle, whatever.
Wait, did they really confirm Yaddle series?
Yeah.
Oh shit!
Purple lightsaber. Implications, right? Implications, right?
She banged Samuel L. Jackson.
I'll be back.
Right?
I'll be right back.
Samuel L. Jackson's confirmed.
I have to go masturbate furiously. Excuse me.
To Yaddle?
Do you not masturbate furiously to Yaddle? Because, like, come on, bro.
I guess I'm not gonna. I have no shaming on this podcast. Anyway,
listen. But here's the thing: I will confirmed be in my seat for a Star Wars show or whatever if there is a confirmed orange lightsaber. Like I've been on record of saying this a long time. If there is an awesome orange lightsaber, I will watch that show and support that product.
I mean,
it could be the worst thing in the world.
It's gonna
if there's
happen.
A cool orange lightsaber.
Because, I mean, Rey has the yellow one, I guess, at the end of 9.
It's bullshit. I want orange.
And Troy,
orange.
correct me if I'm wrong. Yellow was like reserved for like the highest masters or something in like Old Republic stuff.
Yellow was like Sentinels. Yeah.
Orange.
Yeah,
they were like
hard. I want a hard orange.
Orange.
I don't like the way you're saying that.
Orange.
I'm uncomfy. Anyway,
do you have any wheat thins?
Wheat thins and Cool Whip. So that's. I don't know, man. I feel like we just got real cynical and bad. I still love Star Wars. I'm still gonna watch
bring it out of you.
I still
you do sometimes.
Yeah,
we've actually been very positive on this series.
I'm
until
sure you
this
have.
episode.
We have.
Yeah.
D is a force of negativity.
I was trying my best to try to stick it into this episode a little bit.
D is the Emperor.
It stands for Darth.
I am the Empire.
On that note, that's it.
The spy.
If you liked Obi-Wan Kenobi,
I'm the spy.
email me and tell me what you liked and what you didn't, and I'll read them. And
we will read it on the air in this voice.
Yeah,
We'll be right back.
Absolutely. D is our public speaking voice all the time. If you liked what you heard, please leave us a kind review on your favorite podcasting platform, and tell all your friends. Give us 5 stars. Holy crap! I just found out Yaddle has an orange lightsaber in the books. Anyway, that's not a joke. I'm reading here on some fucking bullshit because I googled Yaddle. Anyway, yeah, that's it for Obi-Wan Kenobi. Stay tuned for the next couple weeks for the boys, and we will catch you all next time.
I still like Star Wars. You can't stop me.
I don't. What?
You can't stop me.
I'm
Oh,
going
it's
to
fan
stop.
art. Never mind.
You're the worst.
Is it fan art?
Fart.
Is it fought? Tune in next week.
Oh, nope, not fan art. Real quick, for those of you that are still listening and care.
You're right.
It's like it's
Orange lightsaber wielded by Jedi Yaddle and Plow Koon, apparently.
I don't even care.
Plow Koon. Who the fuck named somebody Plow Koon?
It's actually Plo.
Plo? Okay, sorry.
Whoa.